Happy Hump Day. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. Good evening to everyone on the West Coast. Well, that's usually after 10 o'clock, our time. They join us then because it's still daylight. So they want to get as much daylight in as possible. They start dating me once it gets dark outside. Yes. Bedtime stories is best listened to in the dark. Okay? All right. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the story that the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Coming up in our last hour, we do a thing we call foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite groups, male or female, and that usually happens at the last hour of the show. And if that weren't enough, we also do a thing we call Who Did It Best, where we play a song that's by two different artists. Yeah, how about that? Two different artists. And which one is the best? Well, you be the judge, all right? Hello to Deron Williams, who's watching me right now on Facebook, everybody who's watching me on Twitch, and everybody else who's watching on YouTube. We bid you a good evening, and hopefully you will enjoy this show tonight as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. I heard this song on the station earlier, and I said, I need to play that again. It's One Way featuring Al Hudson, Lost Inside of You, right here on Bedtime Stories for the Candy Lady. Good for you, Jew, Jew.
Thank you, and God bless you. I like winning on the field, but it's even more fun winning on Deal Dash. Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast options, so try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed. In a pinch, we cash fast. Register your value. Get $25 to $250 instantly. No credit check, no interest, no late fees. Download Bridget for free today. The hottest sale just landed at Savage X Fenty. Shop fashion made for every body, like lightweight bras, soft stunning lace, and comfy boxer briefs, all at prices you'll love. Shop 70% off everything only.
Deron Williams, good evening, sir. How was your day, sir?
Do you? Or do you have everything? Look around, fish. See the world, feel the world, take the world, put it on that page.
Good evening to you too, sir. Thank you, as always. You got hair here and none here. A little bit there. Swirl it around there. My dad actually had more hair than me before he passed. He was 79 years old. Ah, mm, mm. I'm lost inside of you. Excuse me. Mm, mm. To do. Okay, so who did it better? The first one, of course, was from which is the original, from Al Hudson featuring, One Way featuring Al Hudson, I should say. The other one was produced by One Way featuring Al Hudson by a group called Round Trip. Same song, different artists. Lost Inside of You here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. That's, of course, the greatest love songs of all time. Deron Williams, thank you so much for being on my live as always. And an honor is going out to Eddie Murphy, set to receive one of the film industry's highest honors, the AFI Lifetime Achievement Award, recognizing a career that has lasted over 40 years. The award will be presented during a gala tribute on April 18th at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. Murphy is the 51st person to receive it since the award began in 1973. Congratulations, Edward Murphy. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is a classic from the Isley Brothers. Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. Hold me tight. Okay. Ooh. Ugh. I'm back. All right, everybody. Here's the drill. I know I dropped one person, but that's okay. Um, once again, donations are. Well, I didn't even say that tonight, did I? I didn't start off my show with the donations part. Donations. Uh-oh. Going to do that again. Donations are welcome via Zelle at alpgreer@gmail.com. That's Al P as in Paul, Greer @gmail.com. I know, of course, this is the first of the month, so cash your checks and come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Y'all didn't know I knew that. Yes, it's the first of the month. So, of course, I'm a senior citizen on a fixed income. So, I would like very much for you all to, if you can, um, send donations. Now, I can't tell you how much to send. Some people send me 25, some 50. Some are very generous and they'll send me like $100. So, I can't ask you exactly. The mic is not straight. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Can't exactly ask you, hey, like some preachers, nobody gets out until I get $100 or something like that. Some strange um, amount or whatever. So whatever you can send me, I really appreciate that. Even if it's just $10, 10, 20, 50, 100, you know, that helps me because, like I said, I'm a senior citizen on a fixed income. I'm on SSI and I get unemployment. And sometimes they kind of trip on both of those. Um, I'm also a self-employed voiceover person. So once again, if you all can help me, I would really appreciate it. I got people I need to pay back, and hopefully I'll be able to do that before the end of this month. I promised one person in general that I was going to give him his money back, and that was Marv Dyson. So he's been very generous throughout the years, and I would love to pay him back. I think that would tickle him because he's like, I lend out money to people, I never get it back. I said, I don't want to be one of those people. So I don't want to be on your bad side, Mr. Dyson. So here we go. That's even better. So once again, guys, 10, 20, 50. Did I skip 30? Yeah. Whatever you can spend because, I'm finding out a lot of people, who have been employed at different companies, their companies are folding. They're not keeping people like they used to. You know, they they either upgrade or the company is taken over and they don't keep the same people. So I know how that can be, having worked in radio practically all my life. They'll come in one day and say, "Hey, we're switching the format." In other words, if you can't play country music or whatever the new format is, they will basically let everybody go. I was at Dusty Radio 1390 back in the 90s, and they switched the format just overnight and just started playing gospel. So some of us stayed, and some of us kind of fell off or were let go. You know, they tried to make it work with the people that they already had there, but you know, some of them have never played gospel before. So, but anyway, once again, alpgreer@gmail.com. That's my Zelle, which is also my email address. And once again, it's Al, P as in Paul, Greer. I won't ask any more. Um, I understand it's rough out here for everyone. And I'm not looking for a handout. I'm just looking for a hand, you know. And that's my spiel. Boom. You know, back in the day, all we had to do was put on the Isley Brothers record, and that was it. The first side, and I'm sure you heard this before because I heard Sinbad say it one night. The first side was for dancing, and the other side was for romancing. Now, the Isley Brothers weren't the only ones to do this. The Whispers also did it. They had a side which was nothing but, you know, and the beat goes on, and then you flip it over, and then it's like, "Are you going my way? Say yes, lady." All of those songs. You know who was like that as well? Well, he kind of mixed his up. It would be like slow, fast, slow, 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 and just plain old nasty. Here's Prince Rogers Nelson, an international lover, on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. National lover. D. Ron, what's going on, sir? If you're good, girl. Only if you're good. Somebody had nerve to say, well, why don't you just get a job? I was like, gee, that would be so easy. A 65-year-old man pounding the pavement once again after a 40-year plus career in radio. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, at least not for me. I mean, that sounds great. Why don't I just go out and get a job? So, at 65 years old, having been in radio for 40 years plus, what is it that I do now? What should I apply for? You know, it was, you know, some smarty said, "Hey, why don't you just go back to work?" Well, I got fired from one job, and then the other job, they folded. They closed the company down. So it's like, okay, that sounds good. We go back to the job that folded and see if they'll let me in. Well, it's now an abandoned building sitting on 59th in Michigan. So now what? I don't even think the code works on the gate. And even if I did go in there, what would I do? I'm just saying. So as far as that going back to work thing, nah, that ain't gonna work. The other one, they're still using my voice, and that's WVON. Happy birthday, WVON. And, you know, it'd be easier to just walk back in there and go back to work, right? Did I mention that I was fired? Yeah, I was fired. So walking back in there would be, you know, I'd be asking for trouble. I really would be. I'd be asking for trouble. Yeah. But I have to say this. Out of all of the jobs that I ever had, I think I enjoyed being at GCI when I was doing Whispers in the Dark. That I enjoy. I was, I guess you could say I was at the top of my game then, you know, and things changed and I didn't jump on the technology fast enough. I could have still been on the air somewhere, but thanks to people like Donna Lynn Biggs, Reggie Miles, Ray Neal, and Mike Breezy Brown, thank you for having me on your radio stations at the same time that I'm on my own radio station. Now, once again, I ain't making a lot of money doing this. It's a labor of love. That's why I'm asking for donations because it's a labor of love and not a labor of finance. You know, I do this show with an idea that someone else is going to pick my show up for syndication. So I'm working on that. You know, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. You know, hopefully this year will be the year that you know I get picked up in syndication. I will not forget the people that have carried my show thus far. I ain't gonna do that. You know, they get carte blanche as to my show first, and that's it. Um, hopefully I can get on Sirius XM and do what I'm doing without having to change anything, you know, because they don't normally run commercials on Sirius XM, so that might be a problem because I still have to run commercials and stuff. But anyway, certain things I worry about and certain things I just let go and let God. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't change it. So that's it. So I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I just know by the end of the year or before the end of the year, somebody's going to pick this show up and it's going to be, you know, or maybe some more internet radio stations. Who knows? One of them might want to pay me. I'm just saying. So I'm working on it. Everybody has ideas as to what I should be doing. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for all your ideas, especially the one about me going back to work. I thought that was cute. I'm like, okay. I'm like, go back to work. What a novel idea. Why don't I just go back to work? It's just that simple. Go back to work. Oh, that would just be so cool. Just go back to the job that I worked at before on 59th and Michigan at the gospel station and say, I'm back. I'll be the only one there. I'll be the only one there. Two in a row from Prince Rogers Nelson. That is When Two Are in Love from the Love Sexy album or CD. And the Black Album as well. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Deron Williams, thank you so much for hanging out with me on Facebook and everybody else who's watching on Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate all of you guys because, like the song says, there's no me without you. Definitely. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Not just on the radio stations or the apps, we're also on Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube right now. So if you want to see how funny looking I really am, feel free to do so. I was always taught that I had a face for radio. So I took it and ran with it. This song was written for a young lady by the name of Yolanda by her husband Paul. It went, I think, either double or triple platinum. Here are the Manhattans and Shining Star right here on Bedtime Stories. Right here where you are. Mm, mm. Now, I'm supposed to be on a Zoom call tonight. And the Zoom call was with Gerald Austin of the Manhattans. Unfortunately, the Zoom call was exactly the same time that I went on the air tonight, which was 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So I didn't get a chance to go on with Mr. Austin. Thank you, Phyllis. Yeah. Speaking of which, on the 19th, I believe, yes, April 19th, which is fast approaching, we're going to be at the Oaklawn Hilton, 93rd and Cicero. Yeah. It's DJ K Pat. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah. Yeah, please. He wasn't on it. What? Say what? Anyway, how can Gerald Austin not be on a Zoom call, which was about him? But anyway, April 19th, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, we will be at the Oaklawn Hilton, 9333 South Cicero Avenue in Oaklawn, of course. Um, DJ K Pat will not be there. That's too far for her to go just for a few hours. But she will be there in spirit. I will be on the ones and twos. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Anyway, um, providing the sound and the sounds. So not only the music, but I'm also the sound person. So I'm hoping, DJ Pat, you making me blush. Stop. Anyway, stop it. I know she thinks I'm an idiot. You know, well, not an idiot. She just thinks I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious. You think I'm funny, huh? What is this? Oh yeah, I forgot. Excuse me. Be right back as I drop my phone to the floor. And I'm back. Like I was saying, K Pat won't be there. So I guess I got to hold it down. Here we go. I hate to do business while I'm on the air, but sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you just got to. Baker, Baker. Some things just have to be done. Recents. Is it August or September? Yep. Feel free. Call me with details. Song requests. Two in a row from our good friends, the Manhattans. There's no me without you. That is true. There is no me without you. Hello to Kate Pat, also known as Kimberly Patterson, also known by another name that she will not tell me. She said Kimberly is my middle name. I'm like, well, what's your first name? She said, I ain't telling you. I said, I told you my name, Alonzo Philip Greer Jr. And I didn't get called Junior as a kid. I was called yeah, Little Al. I'm gonna leave it at that. You'll have to text me. I'll tell you what I was really called. But my dad was Big Al, and I was Little Al. But that wasn't the name that was used. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. And my phone is ringing. Oh, well, anyway, let me play this song right quick. Here's Anita Baker and Mystery on Bedtime Stories. Hey, Angie. Hey, Angie. Yo, Angie. Mm-mm. Love we made. K-Pat, see, I love the Manhattans and Gerald. I am just so it's just mind blowing that he decided that he was going to have us to do his out of all the people that he's ever worked with and all the DJs that he's ever met in his lifetime. For them to pick us, it's an honor. It is an honor. He could he could have had it with anybody, but they decided to do it here in Chicago with Dinah Lynn and I in Biggs Radio. You, hey Angie. Hey, we gonna need a generator for the speaker outside or no? Yeah, we're gonna need a generator. Yeah. Okay, I'll get it from her, brother. Okay. Okay. Okay, bye bye. All right. Yeah, we outside. Yeah. You know, get
The love doctor.
get it from a pole or something. I mean, that is Kim. That is truly a blessing. You know, I've been at this for almost 50 years. And for a group like that who has been in the business over 60 years. Now they started out as a doo-wop group. And Gerald Austin wasn't even in the group yet. They were singing doo-wops and he was still a kid. He was just a teenager. And then they enlisted him in the group and he was the youngest one in the group. All the rest of the guys were like, they were already like 50, 60 years old. He was 20 something. He was the young man of the group. You know, he was the baby of the group. But Kim, you just don't know what an honor it is. You know, it it hasn't hit me yet. A few years ago, I did an anniversary for the Manhattans at the Star Plaza Theater in Maryville, Indiana. This was back when the guy with the deep voice, yeah, Mr. Blue Lovett was still with us, and he came up to me. I'm doing my thing. I'm playing songs. People are walking past, and he walks up to me with that deep voice of his. He said, "Hey, hey, little brother." I don't know how old you are, but I don't even remember us doing that. It's like, he scared me. He made me sound like a woman. His voice was so deep, it made my chest hurt. Um, Blue Lovett. Winford Blue Lovett. Blue was his nickname, but he just went by Blue Lovett. Blue meaning everybody who had a deep voice, they call him Blue. Well, they call Melvin Franklin of the Temptations Blue. He was blue. And then um, Chuck Barksdale of the Dells, he was blue too. So it was the three blues. So I was like, man, if I can impress this guy, then I'm doing something. Then years later, I ran into Gerald Austin. We were down in Rio de Janeiro, and I got a chance to talk to him then, no interview, just he was just hanging out in Rio. And I got a chance to talk to him. He told me the whole story about, how he joined the group. He was the youngest one in the group. And it gave the group their identity, all those songs, from like 72 on up. So, but and he's right, he's still going. It's it's truly amazing because everybody else from the group is gone. Somebody posted on Facebook, what is your favorite song by Rod Temperton? I'm like, Rod Temperton? He never sang anything. He was a songwriter and he wrote the entire album for Michael Jackson. And before that, he was a member of Heatwave. He did Mind Blowing Decisions and Always and Forever, along with the lead singer, who is Johnny Wilder Jr. They said, what is your favorite Rod Temperton song? I have to go with Mystery by the Manhattan Transfer. He wrote that. So that's one of them. Anyway, once again, hello to Kay Pat, also known as Kimberly Patterson. You can check her out every Thursday with the old school rewind. Am I saying that correctly? Just check her out, okay? She's on every Thursday night, right before me here on Biggs Radio Chicago. Does a great job too. I've listened to her show only because I had to edit it, so I got a chance to catch up and listen. Because normally we're on at about the same time, so and she's doing very well. She moved up to station manager, and me station janitor. It should be brother, Dr. Al Greer. Uh, this, of course, Thursday Night Rewind. Thank you. I, I messed it all up. But anyway, I'll give you another plug after this.
It's Gerald Austin and the Manhattans for a free, that's right, free listening party for their new release. Leave those guns behind. Oh, yeah. And guns put them down. Starring legendary Paul Richmond. Sunday, April 19th, from 5 until 10 o'clock at the Hilton Chicago Oak Lawn, 9333 South Cicero, with their new hit singles, Take It Over the World,
Gotta
Those
put 'em-
Guns Behind, and Guns Gotta Put 'Em Down. Come out to this listening party and be the first to hear the new song.
Don't let me have to blurt it out.
Featuring Joe Austin. It's a new
You know how I
song.
feel about you, girl.
Featuring Chicago's own Wild Style. In the room will be some of the hottest music producers and promoters to meet and greet and shake hands. On the ones and twos, it'll be Dr. Al Greer.
Who?
Hosted by WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago's CEO, Donna Lynn
I know
Biggs. So
her.
come on out, music industry friends, family, and listeners. It's the Manhattans featuring Gerald Austin and their new song, Leave Those Guns
Guns
Behind,
behind.
and Guns
Put
Put 'Em
them
Down.
down.
This is a Paul Richmond and LC production. Big news, Indianapolis. Paint Cleaners is back and better than ever.
Whose voice
New
is that?
ownership
Oh
with
my
years of
God.
hands-on experience, bringing you fresh services and the quality you know and trust. Enjoy
So
convenient
fresh and
same-day
so
and
clean,
next-day service,
clean.
plus shirts clean for just $4.50. Visit Paint Cleaners at
So fresh and so
2179
clean,
North
clean.
Pennsylvania Avenue or call them at 317-926-2242. I
So
can tell
fresh
you
and so
from
clean,
experience that
clean.
the team focuses on detail and care. So give them a call and tell them your nighttime
So
girlfriend
fresh and
say
so clean.
317-926-2242, located at 2179 North
Fresh and
Pennsylvania
so
Avenue,
clean, clean.
Indianapolis, Indiana. New beginnings and trusted results.
Fresh and so clean, clean.
Indianapolis, get ready because real barbecue is back.
Ooh,
Real
girl, you better
Smokehouse
stop.
Barbecue,
You're making me
located right in
horny.
the heart of the city
I mean,
of
hungry.
Indianapolis,
That's what I
Indiana.
meant. Yeah.
5502 Emerson Way. They are serving up the flavors Indy's been missing. I'm talking about fall of the bone ribs, tender rib tips, juicy links, and all of your barbecue flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget about them sides, because we need the sides with our barbecue. I'm talking about homemade greens, creamy mac and cheese, fresh coleslaw, potato salad, and those famous baked beans that will keep you coming back for more. Let Garrett
Mm-hmm.
Smokehouse Barbecue cater your next event. Call them 317-722-0506. And hey, when you call, tell me your nighttime girlfriend Kim Patterson sent you. Garrett Smokehouse Barbecue, 5502 Emerson Way. Open 7 days a week. You can't beat that. Call them 317-722-0506. Real smoke, real flavor, real Indianapolis.
Mm. Now I'm hungry. Garrett Smokehouse in Indianapolis. When do they deliver? By the time they get here, 3 hours later, you're like, oh, that food will be cold as ice, I tell you. K Pat, you did a great job on those commercials, as a matter of fact. You sent me well, the boss lady sent me the voice tracks, and I just said, okay, let me work my magic. Not that they were bad or anything. Between you and Jeff, you all did a great job. Stephanie did an awesome job too. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, taking you from the 8 track to the latest app, WRLN Radio, a Ray Neal media station, WBOE, the best of everything, owned by Reggie Miles. And of course, if that weren't enough, My Jam Radio, owned by Mike Breezy. Thank you so much for allowing me to jam on your box. His government name is William Earl Collins. And of course, that wasn't funky enough. So he used his childhood nickname given to him by his grandmother. He was Bootsy. His brother was Catfish. Here is Bootsy and Catfish, and I'd rather be with you. Yep, I don't know how many times it took Stephanie to do it, but she nailed it. She nailed it. Kim, and I say this all the time. I get tired of hearing my voice. I really do. I get tired of hearing my voice on my station. I really do. Everybody, oh, you got such a great voice. I know you love listening to your voice. I don't. I love listening to you all try to imitate me. And I got to say this, Kimberly, from the first one you did, you said you had to do it how many times? But this one, you nailed it. You nailed it. You know, I just have one criticism. One. When you get to the end of the commercial, you got to push it out. The name of the whatever you're selling, you know, like I have to bring your voice up at the end and say, real Indianapolis. Thank you. So when you get to the end of the show, or end of the commercial, I'm sorry, you got to push it out. Real Indianapolis. Real this, real, because you went through, same thing with Jeff. Jeff jumped into it because he's used to it, but you got to, at the end, you got to punch it out. Like, real this, real that, real Indianapolis. And that's the only criticism. You start off hot, like, and then you gradually cool off in the middle. You have to remember all the way through excitement, 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 all the way through. Like with Jeff. Jeff, this your boy, Jeff Relaford, your life coach, coming to you live, all the way through, up tempo. I have such a deep voice that normally I have to raise my voice a couple of octaves to be heard. When I'm doing bedtime stories, it's different. I can just talk normally. But when I'm doing commercials, that's a whole different voice. So you have to find your voice. But all in all, you all are doing a great job. You know, I enjoy working with people who share the passion that I have for this. You know, this was never just a plain old job. It's always been a passion. You know, yeah. But you guys are doing a great job. But just remember, keep the energy up towards the end. I'm back. I don't know if you noticed, Kim, but at the end of my commercials, I always end it with like a reverb effect. Because that's the last thing that they normally hear or remember. You know, If they don't remember anything else in the commercial, they remember, you be there, or this is a so and so and so and so production. So that's it. So we try to punch that out at the end. That's kind of like it's something that I borrowed from Richard Pegee. He used to end his commercials with that reverberation at the end, like, you know, get your tickets now, and it would just reverberate. Yeah, but yeah, not having any training, you all are doing very well. You know, yeah, because see, you know, you can listen to other people. You listen to other people, and that's how you get it. You know, some people imitate other people. Me is a combination of a whole bunch of people. One guy's name is Al Parker, the other is Richard Pegee, the other one is Mitch Faulkner. It's just a combination of all announcers that I've heard. The guy that used to do all the movie trailers in a world where, he was one of the best. His name was Don LaFontaine, and he was the best. He was the absolute best. Yep. Two in a row from Bootsy, and it is Vanish in Our Sleep from his first album, Stretching Out, right here on Bedtime Stories, with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with some advice to the men. The things that you do to get a woman are the things that you do to keep them. Remember, I said that, okay? Um, Also, the words of Bobby Womack, a woman's got to have it. She's got to have it. You know. So just remember that, fellas. I'm sure you'll probably forget, but that's okay. But you'll remember one of these days when she puts you out. You'll remember. It's like, oh, I missed doing something. Yeah, you missed a step in the relationship. See, normally women don't have to do anything. They just have to keep themselves up and just look pretty. We got to jump through hoops, cards, flowers, chocolates if she likes them, you know, all that good stuff. So that is my advice. Here's Shantae Moore, and it's all right here on Bedtime Stories. Once again, hello to Kimberly Patterson, your nighttime girlfriend, with the Thursday rewind every Thursday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time on Biggs Radio. Shantae Moore, Lattimore. She was married to Kenny Lattimore as opposed to Benny Lattimore. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all right. Mm. All right. Yep. Great job, guys. Keep up the work, the great work. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Whew. Okay, Pat. Mhm. Good night. Good night, ladies. Two in a row from Shantae Moore. I'm what you need. May not be what you want, but I'm what you need. And what's funny is I get this all the time. It's like, oh, if you were just a little bit younger. I'm like, but that would make you younger too. Oh, that's so sweet. I bet you were sweet back in the day, weren't you, old man? Yeah, I was very sweet. I was probably too sweet. Too sweet back in the day. Oh, you're a nice old man. My mother would love you. You all are about the same age. I ain't trying to date your mom. I'm trying to date you. Oh, I bet you all would have so much in common. I bet we would have a lot in common, especially being the same age. But you know that's okay. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Coming up in our next hour, we do a thing we call foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And that's in our last hour here on Bedtime Stories. Hello to Stephanie. Thank you so much for being on my live. Kimberly Patterson. Let me get it right. And everybody over at Biggs Radio, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. And look forward to the next outing. Yeah. That one should be a humdinger. We'll be going to Paisley Park, celebrate Prince's birthday. I can't wait. Here's the first of two in a row from Black Streets. This is Joy on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Yeah, magic. Mm-mm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, it's a lot of people watching me on YouTube right now. Thank you so much. It's either YouTube or Twitch. My evening is going great, Stephanie. Great job on that commercial, on the Southern Soul commercial. Very good. Very, very, very good. I'm, I'm sure the boss lady said, "Look, we can't have Al Green on every commercial." Oh boy, why not? Mm-mm. Why can't I be on every commercial? Anyway, my ladies, my babies. I love you guys. Keep up the great work. Really, I've worked with a lot of people who could not even read commercials. Yeah, whenever they had to do a commercial, they would cringe. They'd be like, "Oh, I can't do it." You know, they would cringe. They would see those words on that page, and it was like It was like the words were running off the page. They couldn't read them, let alone interpret a commercial. And I would always, try to encourage them to do better. Like the hardest commercial to do is a concert commercial.
Putting you to bed, but not to sleep. It's Al Greer with bedtime stories.
The hardest thing to do is a commercial for a concert because you have to insert the music at the right time. You got to get the hooks of the songs and everything else. That's the hardest one to do. And a lot of people try to do it and then they put the music in and then they talk again. You do the whole script, cut it up, leave space for the music, and that's how you do it. But yeah, some people can't read. And I'm not saying that to diss anyone. Because I could say some names of some people who cannot read. Grown men and women who could not read. So, they never learned how to do commercials or they didn't know how to read, period. And I'm not just saying that. It's true. It's grown people out here walking the street that cannot read because they never learned. Some of them write like they talk, you know. And that's just it. Who that is? It's a Gene who? Gene who? Gene what? Gene, is that Gene Airman Phillips? Who that is? Who that is? Who that? Wow, I got just about everybody. I certainly did. What's up, Gene? It says Gene. Gene. Hi, Gene. Hygiene. Ha 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 ha. Mm-mm. Oh, Janelle. My bad. Sorry. I'm like Janelle. Okay. Is it Janelle? Is it Janelle? Hey, tonight's the night. Black Street. Tonight's the night. Anyway, I couldn't see the little writing, Lady G. I'm sorry. Hello to Lady G. Thank you so much. She's watching me on the tube right now. YouTube for the rest of you all. Also to Phyllis Rogers. Thank you as always. I really appreciate the support that you have given me. Thank you so much. It's been, good Lord, almost what, 15 years or more that I've known you. And I really thank you. She has hired me for several gigs. I got a gig for you. I got a gig for you. I'm like, thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate it. She always meets my price. I don't have to go looking for her to get my money at the end of the night. Where did Phyllis go? Oh, Phyllis been gone for hours. Who's paying you? The lady that left a few hours ago. I don't have that problem with Phyllis. She takes care of business. When I arrive, my check is there, or it's of course in Zelle. And I really appreciate you, Phyllis. Thank you so much. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Um, and Janelle, I couldn't see the little fine print because I'm using Restream, so they got it like a little bitty print on the side. But I got my magnifying glasses on, so I can see a little bit better. So I'm talking about everybody else who can't read and I can't see. Lady G, I'm still waiting for those salmon croquettes that you make so well. Here's Jay Blackfoot. Just one lifetime just won't be enough. And turn to dust. Suddenly stop. So it's me, Lady G. Fall from the sky. To all the rivers run dry. Just won't be long enough. Yep. Yep. Nobody makes salmon croquettes like you do. Well, my mother did. You know, everybody else makes them like, little hockey pucks. But yeah, yours are superb. Superb. Fall from the sky. Just one lifetime. The only person that could make salmon croquettes like that was my mother. I could never get enough of her salmon croquettes. Like I said, everybody else they make theirs like I used to get them from Isola's. Remember Isola's on 79th Street, right off of I think of Vernon or one of those streets. But theirs were tasty. They just weren't big enough. I destroyed your love, girl. Yep, mom used to make the best salmon croquettes. The best. They were big. They were big. Hmm. Yes, they were. They were. They were big. Yep. Isola's, Gladys's, and Soul Queen. And Queen of the Sea. Well, Isola's, Soul Queen, Queen of the Sea, and Gladys's. Oh, yes. Gladys's. Going to Soul Queen as a teenager back in the day when they had a disco set. Oh man, what was that place on Stony Island? Was it BJ's Market? I think it was. We used to do a live remote from BJ's Market when I was on JPC. BJ's Market, which is now something else. I think it's something else now. All right, that's about everybody. Send out my good night greetings to all. BJ's Market, yes. What a funny name for a restaurant, BJ's. I think we'll call it BJ's Market. That's the boss lady's favorite song. I Destroyed Your Love. Special delivery featuring Terry Huff right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. What are some of the restaurants that you used to frequent that are no longer with us? We had here in Chicago Soul Queen, Isola's, Army and Lou's, Gladys's, and Queen of the Sea. All great restaurants. BJ's Market is where I met Lady G. And she said, I had a bad experience at BJ's Market. A six-legged creature or critter was in my food and never went back there again. I don't blame you. That would kind of deter me from coming to that place myself. But yep, Isola's, Gladys's, Soul Queen, Queen of the Sea, and Army and Lou's, which are no longer with us. We still have Josephine's, which has a excellent buffet, and that's about it. I can't think of any other soul food rest. Oh yeah, um, there's another one. It'll come to me later. Right now, I can't think. It's on 79th Street, right in that mall, that strip mall. But anyway, Phyllis Rogers said Tropical Hut. I forgot about that one. Thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate it. Yep. But those were the some of the best restaurants. Gladys's. And what I liked about Isola's is Isola herself would come out and ask how the food was. You know, I know she had cooks back there, but she would come out personally and say, and ask, "How was the food, baby?" You're like, "Oh, that personal touch. I miss that." It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just about 8 minutes away from foreplay. Here's Chicago's own, by way of Pensacola, Florida, Mr. Walter Jackson. Written by Curtis Mayfield. Upscale steakhouse. Oh my goodness. Me too. Don't cry. Over now. No, no. That wouldn't do. Mm-mm. It's all over. Start a false fight. Mm. Mhm. The Salam Restaurant. I remember the Salam Restaurant when they first opened because I remember brother Wali Muhammad doing the commercial. The Salam Restaurant. Loved his voice. Oh my God. I couldn't I couldn't believe that I was his boss. And I never let him forget it. I'm like, you my boss. He ain't like that too tough. I said, you are my I'm not your boss. You're my boss. Thank you, Pam Hawkins. Oh, another rerun. I'm your magic man. Up here. Magic man. Them upside down. Two in a row from the great Walter Jackson, who influenced the very young Teddy Pendergrass. Magic Man, right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just ahead of foreplay here on WOSD Radio, DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, taking you from the 8 track to the latest app, WRLN Radio, a Ray Neal media station, WBOE, the best of everything, and of course, My Jam Radio, which is owned by Mike Breezy, formerly known as Mike Brown. We're talking about restaurants that were just the bomb back in the day. Phyllis Rogers wrote Tropical Hut and the Upscale Steakhouse. And as of recent, they just closed, and that was the Matson Steakhouse over on, I think it was Cicero? Yeah, Matson Steakhouse. Those were the days. Those were the days. And thank you, Lady G, for the Salam restaurant. You have to say it like that, like Wali Muhammad. Salam restaurant. I miss Wally. He was just so cool. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just ahead of foreplay. But first, what about Stephanie. I got a cousin named Stephanie, and she's my favorite cousin. So when we were kids, she used to pick me up. That was so cute. I had my high school graduation banquet at Salam, of course. Of course, it was at the salon. I walked from my house to the restaurant. It was cold out, and I graduated in February. Really?
Mark your calendars. Groove Entertainment presents Mr. Lee and Friends, the Northern Soul Blues Show of the Year, featuring Jay Vaughn, Bridget Shield, Andrea Paradise with a tribute
In
to
February?
Sal. New Orleans
Who
vocalist
has a
Lee
graduation in February? Normally it's in June, right?
Glory Television Hall on Friday.
I met you at Reese's first and then at the Ponderosa Steakhouse. Did you?
Open at 7 p.m. Tickets are
Before
$65
it
and
wound up being at BJ's Market. Oh yeah, I remember Reese's. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
708-369-0998. Hosted by WCHI.
I remember you showed up that night and you had on some Go F Me pumps and some and the stockings with the 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 thing up the back of them. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, and Reese's. I remember that. That I remember now. Hmm. Now it makes sense. Yes. Now. I remember it well. Hey, we're doing a radio show in here. Shut it up. Shut it up.
And on every fourth Thursday, you have R&B Bowl from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. And once again, that is Strikes and Bites, located in Lansing, Illinois, at 2524 Ridge Road. To inquire for more, give them a call at 708-474-6707 or visit strikesandbites.com. And you can also check them out on all social media platforms at Strikes and Bites.
If you're into Southern Soul, then you gotta listen to this one. Born Thomas Melvin, but better known as the Mel Man, and his new hit, Thank You. From the bottom of my heart, baby, I just wanna say thank you. That's the soul in Southern Soul, and he always delivers. The Mel Man. And Thank You. Available on all download platforms and heard exclusively on WOSDRadio.com.
So last night was part one of Foreplay with Marvin Gaye. I felt he deserved more than just 4 songs in a night. So, which is kind of, it's still difficult to do because um, on this day, he made his transition. The next day would have been his birthday. So tonight, we're going to celebrate the life and the death of Marvin Gaye. Born on this day in Washington, D.C., to a Pentecostal minister by the name of Marvin Gaye Sr. Well, on the day before Marvin, you know, before his birthday, his father and he got into a little spat. And the gun that Marvin bought him for protection, he used it on his son. And he shot him once in the chest, and Marvin lunged for him. And Marvin Sr. said, I'm going to have to take him out. And because he knew that Marvin was going to kick his daddy's, you know what. But we want to remember Marvin as, of course, the Prince of Motown. If you've ever read his book, his autobiography, well, not autobiography, but biography by Michael Eric Dyson, you're in for some good reading and in for some insight on how Marvin thought and how he was. We miss you, Marvin. Marvin Pence Gaye Jr. We celebrate his life tonight here on Foreplay. Yay, yay, yay. Back in those days, Muslim students graduations were held in February, which would be a week or two before Savior's Day in February. After the old man died, graduations were held in the summer in June, like the uh, other schools. Well, that's all right. So I want you to want me to. All right. Did I hit everybody? I guess I did. After the old man died. The old man, I guess, meaning Elijah Muhammad, the old man. Is that the old man that you're referring to, Lady G? The old man. Ooh, baby. Hmm. A fantasy. Once again, Lady G, what old man are you referring to? The old man. Your father or the Honorable Minister Elijah Muhammad? Stephanie. You said the old man. I kind of guessed who you were talking about or referring to. The old man. Mm-mm. Yeah. I remember one of the few times I was inside the mosque, and normally they pat everybody down, but this was Wali Muhammad's funeral, and people knew who I was. I was kind of taken aback there. Phyllis said, "I forgot about the Sizzler, the Ponderosa, and Lawry's for special occasions." Thank you, Phyllis. Not the Sizzler. Woo, yeah. No, not your daddy. No, no. We know your daddy wasn't Elijah Muhammad. No. I saw a picture of your dad. I'm like, you look just like that mother something. Anyway, you look just like him. You couldn't have been nobody else's daughter. Boy.
It's foreplay inside bedtime stories without Greer.
You were my wine,
And the bitching too. What you say, Marvin? You said the B word. Mm-mm. How did we end up like this? I know that's right. Mm-mm. Whew. I'll be back. Ah, oh yeah. Ah. Yeah, I know I look like my papa. You should see my brother. Almost they're identical twins. Really? Really? Hmm.
You're in the middle of foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
Tonight. The Law Brothers. I wouldn't be standing on top of no truck, especially with the wind blowing. The Law Brothers. What happened to what do we call them? The Gambino Brothers. If you don't win, we don't win. If you don't get if you don't get paid, we don't get paid. I'm like, okay, we've never lost the case yet. I'm like, okay, Gambino Brothers. The Gambino Brothers. Hey, we've never lost the case yet. The Gambino Brothers. My brother is a minister out of Boston. He is the Reverend Eugene Franklin Rivers III. Before he got saved, he used to be part of a gang. Really? Your brother was a gangbanger? Oh my. Eugene Franklin Rivers III. Mm, brother minister.
Let's do some foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
Yes, shall we? He's part of that street life. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo. Mm-mm. How about that? You show love to ball. Mm-mm. The Sizzler, the Ponderosa, and Lowry's. And let's not forget, let's go to Bonanza. Written by Richard Peggy. Your brother was part of a street gang. What was his street? What was his street name? I just want to know. With a name like Eugene Franklin Rivers, he'd have to like have a hard name, like deep, E Dog or something like that. You don't want to mess with E Dog. Eugene Franklin Rivers. All right. before he got saved. Climb the walls. Grey's Anatomy. Thursday. He was part of that street life. What's sight? Mm-mm. It wasn't nothing nice. I know, right? E dog. E dog. You know, that's interesting because my pastor was a street thug. How about that? It's like the best preachers are former street thugs. You ever notice that? Shall we? Yes, let's. You sure love the ball. That alternate version from the box set of Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On" right on Bedtime Stories. You gotta say it like that. Let's get it on. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, wrapping up foreplay, but we've got a few more songs by Marvin that I really have to play. But I really have to mention, since we've been talking about these restaurants, Phyllis Rogers said, "Oh my God, I forgot about Sizzler and Ponderosa." And she said, "On special occasions, Lowry's Steakhouse. You forgot one. Bonanza. Wasn't Bonanza over on Cottage Grove? Yeah, it's an office building now. But I remember Richard Peggy doing the jingle. Let's go to Bonanza. Yeah, he was good at writing jingles, I tell you. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Gray. We got some more from Marvin since it would have been his birthday tomorrow. But we did Marvin last night. So we salute Marvin tonight as well. From 1967, this is probably one of the greatest love songs of all time. It was written by Ashford and Simpson and performed by Marvin and Tammy Terrell. Here's the extended version of Your Precious Love right here on Bedtime Stories. Boo-doo boom boo boom. Boo-doo boom boom boom. Boo-doo boom. Boo-doo. Can I play that? Can I play it? Yes, I can. Can I play? Can I play? I can't find it. I can't play it because I can't hear it. I can't remember. That is, but it's such a pretty song. Boo doo doo. I'll probably play it later perfectly. Brother Malcolm, he was Detroit Red in the streets of Boston and Harlem, became a fiery orator, yeah, speaker and minister of the Nation of Islam. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, some of the baddest preachers were were common street thugs. They used to scare folks. Now they scare them into staying in church and not going to hell. Yep, Brother Malcolm was Detroit Red. And they couldn't believe he was the same person. They're like, "Come on, man, what's up? What's up? What's with the clothes, man? What's up? Uh, what's with the bow ties? What's really going on?" Thought that was Steve, the Colonel Cropper. Bow, bow, bow. Heaven must have sent you from above. Oh, heaven must have sent your precious love. Come on now, y'all. Boom, doom, doom, boo, doo, doo, boo, doom, boom, 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 doom, doom, boo, doo, doo, boo, doo, boo, boom, 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 boom. Mm-mm-mm. 850 Lakeshore Drive. Ooh, I'll pass. Uh-oh. It's almost time for my bedtime. Last chance. My last chance. Brother Malcolm still knew how to talk to the common people without talking down to them. Unlike Elijah Muhammad, he wasn't about having a lot of money. He spoke truth to power. And the people listened. Yep. Truth to power. What they talking about? Let's see. Mm-mm. Whew. I'm like, what happened to my TV? That is a remix of that song, which came out after Marvin's death. They decided to release it as a single. My Last Chance, Marvin Gaye, right here on Bedtime Stories. With the Peanut Butter Brother, Dr. Al Greer. A few years ago, they did an album which was a tribute to Marvin. It was called Marvin at 60. This was one of the, I guess, one of my favorites from that album. From Will Downing, this is his version of You Sure Love to Ball on Bedtime Stories. Minister Farrakhan learned his speaking style from Minister Malcolm. I think it was a combination um, between Malcolm and Minister Elijah. I think it was like a mixture, you know. And I kind of liked the like in the movie, Al Freeman kind of really captured his voice. You know, I guess he must have studied as Denzel did, studied their voices and their mannerisms. So yeah, yeah, need a baby. You show love to ball. Ball burden.
Fiction is music. Bedtime stories with Al Greer.
20 more minutes. Like, how can I have meat in my teeth and I don't have any back teeth? That is amazing. It's truly amazing. Tony Bosley, what's going on, Tony Bosley? Elijah Muhammad's speaking style was more humble, as he was very soft spoken, whereas Malcolm had the kind of verbal style that made people sit up and listen. Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah. Brother Malcolm was a bad man. He was a bad man. Yeah. Yeah. Brother Malcolm could bring people to to their knees. That's how bad he was. Remember in the movie when he was a youngster, he wanted to be a lawyer. He would have been great. Yeah, he would have been great as a lawyer. Yeah, you got that right. What's up, Tony B? Thank you for being on my live, my brother. I appreciate it. And thank you for your donation. It was most appreciated. Some people kind of slowed down. I'm like, man, I'm surprised I got as much money as I did. You know, a lot of people thought it was a joke. I'm like, no, it ain't no joke. I'm broke. It ain't no joke. The name of the group is called Impromptu. The song is Love to Ball, which is, I guess, a play on You Sure Love to Ball, which was originally done by Marvin Gaye. And of course, we heard Will Downing's version, You Sure Love to Ball, from the CD Marvin is 60. Tony Bosley, thank you for being on my Facebook Live tonight. As always, I appreciate you, brother. And thank you for your donation. People thought at first that this was a joke. Yeah, okay. You would have seen the joke if you saw a blank screen and nobody talking. You were like, oh, he was for real. Yeah, no, no joke, no joke. Lost two jobs within weeks from each other. First, the gospel station shut down, and then VON let me go. So it's been rough. And at 65, it's like, okay, what do I go back to work? And the thing is, where do I go back to work at? You know, FedEx, UPS. No, I can't do that. US mail, it's like, no. Imagine seeing me walk down the street in the wintertime, my old self. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I might as well be a Walmart greeter. Oh, there you go. I can be that. Yeah. It's Black Ivory, you and I, here on Bedtime Stories. Hello, Lady G. Hello, Tony Bosley. Hello, Stephanie. And Kimberly, too. I met them both when I was a little girl. I met Brother Malcolm at the mosque after he finished his sermon. And I remember him being very tall, and he had hazel green eyes and a big smile. Oh, mm-mm. man hats. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had an apartment next to ours, and my mom's saw him, and I saw him. He came up and greeted us. He shook my hand and gave me a quarter. If you a whole quarter. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He gave you a quarter. Hmm. But see, back then for a child, a quarter was a lot of money. You could buy some jelly beans and stuff with a quarter. Yeah, or a candy bar. Candy bars are what, dollar, $2 now? A quarter back then, like I said, was a lot of money. But now, oh boy, ooh, mm-mm. Tony Bosley, what's going on, man? What's going on? Little did my mom's knew, no, moms and I knew the apartment next to ours was his love nest, where he was having affairs with his secretaries. Oh my, oh, oh my.
This is Kimberly, one of Al's gals, and you're listening to Bedtime Stories with Al Greer.
Woo! I was 4 years old when that quarter meant a lot. I know, right? I'm like, a quarter? You give a kid a quarter these days, they'd be like, really? Really? You're like, really? A quarter? That's all you got, Pops? Like that. Hmm. A quarter? What? Not these days. Kids are like, we, we need a quarter. Get out of here. Mm-mm. Don't forget April 19th, the Manhattans at the Oak Lawn Hilton at 5 p.m. Hosted by yours truly, Dr. Al Greer, and the world renowned Dinah Lynn Biggs. Dinah Lynn Biggs. Give a kid $1, they're gonna look at you sideways. You're like, seriously? Mom, Dad, what? Like, Mr. Washington is a little bit lonely here. What's really going on? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We must be, yeah, we must be in love. Woo! I had to end it with that one, boy. Name of the group is called Pure Soul. We must be in love. Got to be something, I tell you. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Tony Bosley, Stephanie Godchild, Kimberly Patterson, Lady G, um, Phyllis, thank you so much. Man, I really had a great night. Thank you so much, guys, for staying up with me. As always, I really appreciate you. We do it again tomorrow night, God willing, and the creek don't rise, right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Until next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Monique. And that's it. That's how we do it. That's what, and that's how we do it. And that's all. And why am I talking like Obama? Yeah, we appreciate it. And good night. Oh, dang! I forgot to mention the donations. Donations. Al P. Greer at gmail.com. That's Al P as in Paul, Greer at gmail.com. That's how you can make your donation to yours truly, and I truly appreciate it. Al P. Greer at gmail.com. One more time for the people in the cheap seats. That is Al P as in Paul, Greer at gmail.com. Thank you once again. I appreciate it. I hope to wake up and be able to pay my car. Well, I paid my car note already. So, but once again, Tony Bosley, everybody else, thank you for the contributions that you sent. Lady G, thank you. Um, Pamela Watkins, thank you. She uh, dropped down some money tonight. So you guys just don't know. It's genuine. It's really genuine, and anybody that knows me knows I ain't playing. I have money in my pocket, but that's still not enough money in the bank. So, but anyway, I'm going to go to bed and give it to the Lord and go to sleep, and that's it. You know. But once again, I appreciate you guys, Tony, everybody. Um, and let's just keep this going until I'm able to start sending out money to other people or paying them back. That's what I want to do. I want to pay them back. I want to pay you back. Pay you back. I want to pay you back for loving me. Anyway. All right. Good night. Blessed dreams and peaceful risings. Ooh, risings. Risings? Anyway. Good night, ladies. Let me stop. Risings. Ooh, yeah. Yes. Let's not forget about the risings. Yeah, that's the effect that the weed has on me. Rising. Just walk around the house and knocking stuff over. Anyway, good night, everybody. I'm sleepy. We love you. Thank you, Lady G. Is that Lady G? Yeah, that's Lady G. Thank you, Lady G. I appreciate it. Thank you over and over and over again. Yeah. All right. Nighty night. Smoke my weed and go to sleep. Peace out, y'all.